The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
The Ghost and Mrs. Muir will not be presented tonight, so that we may bring you the following special program.
Yo, tell me what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I want to really, really, really want to take a cigar. If you want to be my lover. She wants my box. Woo! Don't do that. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
You're all individuals. Yes, we're all individuals.
Clickety click.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the fair use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary.
I say, moo.
I saw my wife putting makeup on the other day. I told her, I think you're drawing your eyebrows too high. She looked surprised.
continues.
Wow. Wow. Hey, everybody. It's Friday night. Whoop, whoop. You made it again. You're on the top side of the right side of the topsoil. Pat yourself on the back. If you've done nothing else this week, you've accomplished that. And congratulations, because then we get to all hang out again for another wonderful night of the, what is this? Ceiling Van Man? I like the way that sounds. The Ceiling Van Man. Anyways, yes. So welcome, everyone. And let's see. First thing I have to do, of course, I could read all your names, but turn the camera on. So I'm going to click the button. It's this
Clickety
one.
click.
Hey, everybody. God bless you all. Good to be seen by y'all tonight. We're doing it again. Friday comes really fast lately. It's pretty amazing. And wow, what a week. It's not just in the reality show that we call the real world, but in our personal lives. Not just myself, but others that I know of that are dealing with some wild things going on in these times. And what a blessing it is that we can get together and at least for a few hours talk and think and joke and have a good time with like-minded people, because that's so hard to find in these times.
That's very true.
Hit that one early. So how's everyone doing? Have my coffee going. Thank you very much, my love. She always gets me all the stuff I need here, so we're good there. And what else? We got a lot to talk about tonight. We've got some videos, and I'm telling you, I'm having trouble getting my cat to do karate lately. And I don't know if Ryan's here tonight, but he listens or watches later, and he's really been bugging me about, everywhere I go, he mentions my cat Sarah. So there hasn't been a Sarah cooking video in a while, and so I found one that has not been seen in years, and so he might not have even seen that one. So hopefully we'll have that for a little enjoyment too. And yeah, and so we'll be good on all that. It'll be fun. And what else do we have tonight? Let's talk about. And the chat's flying. I couldn't even get to all the people laughing. I thought it was a pretty good joke. You want to start off with this? Yeah, we could do that. Absolutely. So, dear Lord, please watch over us and guide us through these times. Use me as your vessel. Speak through me. Help me guide people and show them the way, the truth, and the life through Jesus Christ. Give us the joy in our hearts that we need to find ourselves through these times as we find ourselves just getting exhausted. And seems like we're talking and people aren't listening. But we understand that we have to have our patience. And so please, Lord, fill that in with your loving kindness and with your healing powers to keep us going through these times. And thank you for this gathering here tonight, and to anyone that's coming later to listen to this. Thank you so much for all of our blessings. In Jesus' name, amen. So there you go, Augustus Simone, 9323. So there we go. So, and I've always been this way. I don't know. I can drink coffee and then go right to bed. The caffeine has never affected me, or I don't know. It's the alien DNA in me, I guess. So, oh, thanks, Connor. I'll get you on here again. He's busy. A lot of people are busy in the YouTube lands, but yeah, we'll get you on here again. I always enjoy my conversations with you. So, but glad to see you. Good that you're here. So, okay, what else do we got? Oh, thanks, Joe. And Susie Andrews. So, yeah, they all are awesome. This is just a wonderful chat. Just love it. Look at that. And then they say really nice things too. So it just comes out of my head, fills in by the Holy Spirit. Never really understood that until I did so many of these shows, and then these prayers just come out of me, and I don't even remember what I said. Sometimes I go back and listen to it. So, okay, what do we got going? Oh, God bless you. Look at that. And there he is. Thank you, Connor. Man, your episodes are something else. You're knocking them out of the park. He has his channel, Cult of Con, and he does his was that Wednesday night, and man, I sure enjoy those. And then he also has a Sunday morning service, which I just have to say, there's so very few people on YouTube or wherever you go on the internet that are speaking about God, that not only see the lives of the world, not only kind of get the times that we're in, or at least, our idea of where we are, but that talk about God and specifically mention Jesus. There's so few of us, and so God bless anybody that's out there that's helping people find their way, because that's what we're here for. That's why I'm here. I'm only continue to do this because God's put it in my heart, and I'll keep doing it as long as I can. So, okay, and nowhere else you'd rather be on a Friday night. Well, I understand why, because everyone understands, right?
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
Yeah, I was robbed the Oscar that year, shockingly. I don't even know why, but yeah. So let's see, where are we at here? So we got lots going on. Of course, let's see if I can bring up that thumbnail. Oh, it's on the other computer. Let's see. I think I can do this. I'll make myself small. There. Yeah, that worked. So yeah, so if you can see, like, and I put all these amazing thumbnails together. To me, they're like little works of art. I think they're fun. And of course, I always remove the words that say, like, official use only, or whatever they say, Getty Museum. But this is the way I kind of see it. And I know other people do, but this is just what this show is about. I see what's going on in the world. And like, for instance, if you go to the very back door there, it's got the files that, we just kind of like, we want to know about what's on it, but everybody already knows, and that's why they don't want to talk about it. So instead, what do we get? We get the next door up, which is Trump as a king, and we got the No Kings protest going on. At the same time, they got King Charles showing up to the White House, and Trump's, doing his trolling as he's amazing at, and he puts two kings, and so it's like nobody seems to have a problem. Like, England's got a king, we just don't want one here. But he's past king. He thinks himself as a demigod at this point. The king's in the rearview mirror. And then everyone seems, the Iran thing just keeps going, because they don't want you to go back to that very last door over here. And then they got the new one, right? The hantavirus, hantavirus, how do you say, whatever. So we got the new one going on, and yeah, it's pretty wild. We're always looking for the next big story, and this is what they want you to focus on. But we seem to forget what happened to what was that lady? Not Nancy Pelosi, Nancy Guthrie, wasn't that her name? And her mom, like, nobody cares about that anymore. War in Ukraine, that, whatever, nobody seems to care about that one anymore. It's just like all these stories just drop off when the general public gets bored. And so that's what they want you to do. So now, of course, on these doors, I should have had like the alien thing, but that's all coming out just like today. And so it's more distractions to get you to follow whatever story what is that, Mockingbird, Operation Mockingbird wants you to see. I mean, that's all, all of it is just to keep you occupied on whatever they want you to focus on.
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now you can't argue with those guys. Okay. So let's see. Let's, as I say, let's get into this, shall we? Let's see. We'll clickety click here. And, I know we can grab this one here. What do we got here? Got this. We'll do those a little bit. Let's start with some of these stories. Okay. I know what I want to start off with. So once again, like I was saying, there's a very few Men of God on YouTube. And another gentleman that I've known for years, and met him, and it seems like he's just a really nice, sweet man. And he goes by his David, and he goes by Jesus Free Computer Geek. And I caught his show today because I never know when he's really on, but when I'm working on my show, I'll put somebody on in the background. And he had some really an interesting part of his teachings today that I will go over just a little bit, because I thought they were pretty fascinating, spot on. But the reason I wanted to bring it up at the beginning of the show was he got me today. As who is it that I had? John Kerwin on. I always seem to get him with the newest Mandela effect. And man, David got me today with the Mandela effect that's still kind of making me just kind of reel from it. And so for those of you that are playing along with the Mandela effect, I'm going to throw at you this thought, if you're old enough to be, you know, at least to know this movie. And it's really iconic. It's parodied and mocked all the time. And it's John Cusack, and the movie Say Anything. And it's a super famous scene. Even if you haven't seen the movie, he's trying to win back his girlfriend because he messed up. And he goes outside her bedroom window. And he has, back in the day, we had these things called boom boxes. Right now, he would just hold up his iPhone or his iPod or something, right? But we had boom boxes, and you could play music, your CD or your tape in it. And he takes this boom box and he holds it over his head, and he just stands outside the window, and it's really sweet and romantic, and you know, everyone tears up, and he's so adorable because of it, right? Well, if you remember the movie, at least the way that I remember the movie, and most people do, you've got here. This is a lot of these are the parodies, of course, and you can see, you know, like even this one from Family Guy. He's standing in front of the house. You know, here he's on the lawn right in front of the house, like this one specifically, that's front of the house. Even the Deadpool one, he's right in front of the house, and that's you know. That's how I remember it. Him standing there in front of the house and doing his song, right? Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes. And you guys didn't see any of that because I wasn't screen sharing. All right, let's do this again. Did you see any of that, hon?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't think so. All right, we'll fix this in post edit. Let's see. How do we get back over there? Oh, okay. We didn't hit this button. We'll go clickety click, share screen. Oh, There we go. Now you can see it. Okay. So see, like this one, front of the house, He's in front of the house. Even the Deadpool one's in front of the house. I said all this, but you would get it. In front, you know, in front of this, like on the lawn, even like just like I remember, or whatever, in front of the house. Okay. So if that's the way you remember it, the way that all these movies and parodies all remember that scene. Well, I hate to tell you, but you're wrong. And all those people that have that should be fired.
Someone should get fired over this, right?
Because now he officially is not in front of the house, on the yard or the lawn. He's way back. I'm not going to play it because they get the copyright music strike. But she's in bed sleeping, and the music comes through the window. In your eyes, I am complete. In your eyes, okay? Right there. He's at a park across the street. I don't even know how far away from the house he is. No, not in my timeline, not from where I come from. This, as David said, this is just, however this is happening, it's to gaslight us. It's to, you know, make us like argue. No, this never happened this way. He wasn't in the middle of a park. Am I right, people? Yeah, exactly. No. I mean, come on. This is an iconic memory, and it seems like the Mandela effect goes after these iconic memories, you know, like Luke, I'm your father, and stuff like that. But yeah, isn't that something? Yeah, he had his car. He was in front of his car, but he wasn't at a park or wherever this is. He's on some path. He's not even near the house. This one's wild. This is one of the ones that just kind of rocks your world, for at least for me. I've grown up with this movie, saw it multiple times, and again, this scene's played all the time. But now, yeah, go ahead and watch it again, Algo. I'm telling you that this is the Fandango movie clip. This is right for the movie. So this is what you're going to see now. And the thing about the old copies and stuff, like it's not just on the internet kind of thing. Pause. If you have this as a VHS copy or DVD, it's called Say Anything is the movie, Bethany. Was it Say Bethany? I think it said Breath Morgan, I think. But yeah, the movie Say Anything with John Cusack. I remember it as being a good movie, but who knows? I haven't seen it in forever. But yeah, no, this is the way you're going to see it in the movie now. Even if you have an old VHS or a DVD, they change. And I can't explain how they change. Nobody can. But it's more than just like an internet thing or a new version, like when they did Star Wars and they keep changing things. But yeah, it's pretty wild. Pretty, that one really got me. So thank you, Dave. And what we need to say is
someone's getting fired. Is what that was.
And then I do like this. I thought, I don't know if you can see this on the screen yet down there. I almost thought we should do this with one of our light. We have a light outside. Isn't that funny, G? Can you see it?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Isn't that hilarious? I thought that was really well done. So, but yeah. So there we go. That movie's completely messed up and changed like everything else. So yeah, we're going to need a bigger boat, Joe. That's another one that bothers me. That was one of the very first ones that bugged me when I saw that change, because in Jaws, when he sees the shark and he says, we're going to need a bigger boat because he's on the boat. Of course, now everyone says it that way. He now only says you're going to need a bigger boat. Like he's not part of the scenario. It doesn't make any sense now. But we can keep going on and on. There's so many changes. We can do a whole other Mandela effect show another time. But so, yeah. Oh, and this next picture, I wanted to show you that this is not a large channel, and it completely runs off of funding from you all, from your wonderful donations that you send, the Patreon people, the memberships, all of that. And God bless you. Thank you so much, because I don't do advertising other than there's ads that YouTube puts on, and they give me like a couple of dollars from that. But other than that, it's all just it's run by you all and the donations and stuff. Because I'll show you some of the companies that want me to do things. And they always have the same thing. They always say, "Oh, we've been watching your channel for a while, and we think that you'd fit our company." And so I got one the other day, and I thought I'd show it to you. I got this one, I think yesterday even, and it's a portable waist fan. You clap it onto your waist to keep yourself cool. There's so many people that still think I do ceiling fans. It's really, it's always going to be that way. So, yeah, I think I'm going to pass on this one, but I just thought I'd show you. I thought that was good. Let's see. Let me stop this for a second here. Get out of that. Excuse me. Okay. Coffee. And we're going to have the discussion today, because they got all kinds of videos now and discussions about the aliens. So it's fantastic. All that's coming out, right? And then we got what's going on with cruise ships. Cruise ships are just really getting beat up lately. And of course, we have can't have a show without Trump news. So we'll have some of that too. Let's see. Well, I think where should we go next? Okay, we got that one done. Go here. Well, I think let me just finish up these tabs. Let everyone show up. Everyone! Thought I'd get that in early. And for those of you that don't like the vomiting tiger, all right, I think I've got all the favorites in. So then we'll go from there. Let's see. Everyone. Yeah, when people say that now outside, don't you hear it this way now all the time? Everyone. Well, yeah, you asked, where's it? What is this? Why did I think of waist fan? Yeah, see, there's people out there for coming up with these things. But you were the one that asked for that earlier, I think, too. So yeah, there you go. So Gary Oldman's showing up. So okay, what's next? Oh, how interesting. Yeah, I like it too. StreamYard keeps changing things, and now when I click on somebody, it's muted, so I can see I've already clicked on that one. That's actually one of the good things that they put on. So that's cool. I don't know. Maybe they can send me I didn't hang up on them. I mean, I still have the email. I guess I could write them back and see if they'll send me a test one. I could show it online. That would kind of be funny. Yeah, that's the problem. It really never gets all that hot here in the Northwest. Northwest, I call it. But yeah, just like a month or two of the year. Okay, where are we at here? Let's see. Where should we go from here? Oh, and I got another. What do we got here? Super sticker. I don't know what it was, but thank you for the super sticker. See, I told you the machine's so old. It doesn't show me what. Maybe I can look it over here. What was it? It was like some kind of pair dancing or something. So thank you for that, Chad. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. Let's get back into this. Okay, fine. Let's get them all out of the way. You ready? And then we can start the show. We get them all out of the way. And this is the one that usually tries to take the show down. So, dear Father, please watch over and guide us and make sure the show doesn't get taken down. Amen. Here we go.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
And now we have what is this? I think it's someone getting a gigantic cup of coffee. So thank you for that. I'm sorry I can't show your animation on here, but hopefully they're seeing it there. So okay. And I agree with you. This community, they're so loving, they're so fun and giving, and just it's a joy to watch it all go down in the chat too. So thank you. Yeah, we'll talk about that one. You know, I got a lot of emails on the Nutella song because they call it earworm, and so I might have to put that one to rest, but not at least before we play it again tonight. You know, so. So okay. Oh, you like hearing me laugh at things? Fine. Then how about this? You guys, you asked for it, you got it. Toyota.
You can't take glass up into space. If it's smashed, there'd be shards all over the place. Getting in equipment, risking lives. The crew might not return alive. You can't take human food up into space. It would rise and splat all over the place. The pressure might make the jar explode. Even if it's plastic, it could burst its load. Unless it's Nutella, unless it's Nutella. Product placements are okay. They risked it all for some advertisers' pay. Unless it's Nutella, only Nutella. After that, if you believe this mission is true, it just happened to spin so you could read the label. That's a coincidence, it's not a fable. They told us a reason and we believe it. Nutella can go to space, they said, so just leave it. It's only Nutella. It's only Nutella. Product placements are okay. They risked it all for some advertisers' pay. It's only Nutella, only Nutella. After that, if you believe this mission is true, then no sympathy more fool you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it's off. It's gone. Well, it's a mixed bag. There's people that maybe the people that just want to torment the other people, but you're tapping your shoe. I don't know. It is a good tune. It really is. Yes, it is hilarious and sad at the same time. I would agree. It's space grade food. So yeah, I love it too. Not the food, but I like the song. So okay. So it is funny. It is funny. In 10 years, it'll be GIF. That's a good one, Jeannie. Did you hear that? Because the Mandela effect. You get it? Yeah, here you go. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, what is it? It is where we go. Let's see. Earwork remedy, the final for okay. Well, good luck with that. That's a hard song to get out of your head. So, but there's a lot of people that like it. And Connor's Val's gonna go get some. So, all right. It's worse than Tang. They don't have a good song though, do they? So, what cat video? Bruce? I'm not sure what cat video it is.
The one you're gonna play.
The cat video? Oh, the Sarah. Oh, okay. I mean, I thought you meant this little guy here at the beginning of the show.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I already played that one. So you're talking about Sarah, I guess, in the so we'll play that, yeah. Where are we at here? I think they still do some kind of free. Don't they call them Dippin' Dots? That's what I think. Yeah, I need more cowbell. So, all right. Is that everything? Am I sponsored by them? No, I'm sponsored by the Waist Fan. Ah, shoot. Okay. Let's see. Are we good? Let's see. I think we got it. What's disappearing and reappearing behind me? Oh, I got these little, I think they're Star Wars things that I just turn them on to make, I don't know, movement behind me. I don't know. It's kind of like keep you entertained. When I'm looking for things, you can kind of figure out what's in the background. Like I still got the polar bears, and they're holding postcards that were sent to me by fans years ago. Years ago, but yeah, seems like years ago. And then there's the clock that everyone thinks is broken because you can't actually see the real hands. So don't buy any of these. So my telescope, and then I got a what do you call it? One of my old sweatshirts just accidentally draped perfectly. So that's kind of everything there. So I hope I covered everything. The cat video that destroys the house. What's that one?
Where they jump all over and the dog's on the couch.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna have to find that one. I got rid of that one because I overplayed it, I thought. All right, I'll make a note, and then I can play it like in a week or so. So we'll write cat video. You're gonna help me, hon, when I see this later. That's what it is. I just made a cat video note. See? Cat video note. You get it? My wife has to live with this. You guys only have to put up with me for a couple hours. So.
That's right.
Yeah. Here you go, hon. What do we got here? Where's that guy?
Now, who can argue with that? Robert!
I like all the mumbling after that, too. So, okay. So let's go back. Where were we? We did the Nutella song. Okay. You're playing catch up. Well, officially the show, well, it has actually started, so that's all right. All right. Wow, we already have almost 200 watchers. So yes, if you do enjoy the show, don't forget that like button. So thank you very much. God bless you. Okay, so what do we got here? Let's scroll all the way down. Am I the Blue Box fan, man? So let's see. Okay. Let's see. Let's go. Wow, there's a lot of talking. It's hard to catch up. Okay, here we go. Let's finish up these tabs up here. Go clickety click. And what do we have here? What's this one? Oh yeah, this was good. So, you know, unless you're accepting of all the different things on the flag, you're, you know, a hateful person. But yet they put this up at this train station. Here's all the colors, of course, and all times, 365, 24 hours a day. No bigotry, no hatred or prejudice allowed at this station at any time. All right, I'm on board with that. Sure, why not? Reminder, respect trans people or your pronouns will be was, were. So, no hatred, but we'll murder you. It's just that's the way this seems to work out. Like, you can't have a voice. You can have a voice as long as it's like the voice that's being pushed in the social engineering programs. But nobody can have any kind of alternate views of anything anymore, or you just you lose that person, you lose that friendship, you lose that family member. It's a real tough time that we're in because, you know, right after, before even COVID hit and lockdowns and all that, people were already starting to kind of pull back. Social media, it's either a place that people get angry with you and slap you around, or you go on a platform, say like this, and if you say anything that they deem that they don't think the public should hear. Like one time I had a video and a strike on this channel was taken down because I dared talk about the power of prayer and how it can help heal people. And that's not something that YouTube agrees with. And so, like I would say, I'm not a medical doctor. Check with your doctor and the 3-letter companies. But I experiment on myself, and that experiment's going great. So I just thought you should know that they want you to not pray. They want you to think it's stupid, or they want you to think it does nothing. And but now there's a day where you can't have your opinion unless it matches, you know, the one that's being pushed out here. And I'm not even going to say the general public's opinion, because we don't even know what that is anymore. You know, it's whatever story they want to put in front of us. How about this one? And, you know, I talk about this all the time. I don't know what in the heck's going on in Canada. They've really lost it. I know we're losing it every day in America. That's how you say it when you're from America. You just leave the A off, say America. And Canada, they've got that MAID program where they can help you, you know, unalive yourself. This is a church. And this would be a table flipping because they're doing it wrong. Learn about medical assistance in unaliving Wednesday the 6th, here with guests from the MAID Support Society, which is just the, you know, murder society. Is that nuts? This is a church. That's what I'm saying, that religion has really bastardized and ruined actual spirituality. Because when you try to go to these churches, and that's like what I was going to tell you that that David was discussing this morning, is they only want you to talk about the things, the non-controversial things. You know, the Bible states in there that there were giants and that there'll be giants again. They don't want you to talk about that. The Bible states in there that we're on a stationary surface, whatever shape. It's on pillars. It's not going anywhere. There's shale beneath us and some kind of like creatures in the water. And then above us only sky. No, there's a firmament, like my John Lennon impersonation. There's a firmament that's protective. And so it kind of shocks me to this day when I see people that say, and, you know, put whatever label you want on it. I follow the Bible. I believe in it. I know who Jesus is, a God, and all that. A lot of people label that as a Christian. But the problem is, even the Christians, there's so many Christians that still believe that we're on some sort of like flying, spinning ball, BAAL, going through space, and that space aliens are going to come to Earth. And it's like, are you reading the Bible? It's right in the very beginning. It tells you that's not true. Nowhere in the Bible does it talk about other galaxies that God created. He created the heavens and the earth, which now I think is just one heaven, but nowhere does it talk about other galaxies that he created. That's just man making those things. And so, you know, if you are a Christian or whatever you want to call yourself at that point, I don't see how you still believe in this.
I don't believe I live on a cartoon ball that flies through space the way that they say on this ridiculous model. We need to all realize that we've been lied to.
Satellite tracking continues.
You know, and there's people that still believe in like whatever the Schumann resonance is. We don't know, but they're going to tell you all about it, and they're going to tell you what the sunspots do or the solar flares do, even though they look at cartoons from NASA. You know, whatever that stuff actually does to us, we don't know. I mean, we can speculate and we can theorize, but there's so many people that just seem like they go out there and they spew it out like they know what's happening. And it's fascinating because God talked about all this stuff in the Bible, where he says there's going to be a time where the smart people are going to be proven that they're just regurgitating nonsense on a lot of it. And then the meek and the ones that are like pushed aside because people are saying, oh, they're stupid, they don't know what they're talking about. You know, we're the ones that actually locked in and see what's happening. And I gotta catch up here. So there we go. Oh, another super sticker. I don't know what that one was. Thank you. God bless you. And what is this one? I have. I do, huh? Okay. A lot of blue tonight, even the shirt, I guess. But thank you, Fuzzy Booger. What a funny name, Fuzzy Booger. Okay, but thank you. So you got me off track. I forgot where I was. That's pretty funny. Let's see how. Let's see. Well, let's where we at. Here we'll come back. But yeah, it's kind of shocking to me that like the people that still they follow NASA on certain things, and they tell you that there's NASA's a joke on other things, and God even tells you can't be lukewarm. You can't walk the fence. You have to choose a side. Otherwise, he's gonna. Well, originally I thought it was gonna spit you out of his mouth, be spewing. But either way, it's no bueno. And so I find it fascinating that there's so many people that talk the truth channel or whatever you want to call this, and but yet they still fall for some of the same stuff from some of the same people. So I do my best to just like dismiss all the things that I'm seeing. If I can prove someone's lied to me, then that's all you need. They can try to repent the ways, but if NASA's going to lie about one thing, what else are they lying about? If the presidency is going to lie about someone else, are they lying about? It's just, and it goes right down to your own personal life. And so one thing I do want I was going to talk about David, but something that John Kerwin said the other day is some of this is like a gut punch every day, all day, sometimes. And so these are the times we find ourselves in. And so I'm here as a vessel to let you know that you're not alone, to let you know that other people are hurting, other people are being falsely accused of things, other people are losing their family or friendships. It's how this is shaking out, wheats and tares kind of thing. And so what we do as men of God, women of God, what we're supposed to do, pray for them. Jesus even says it's easy to pray for people you care about, but can you pray for your enemies? And so I don't see these people as enemy. It hurts my heart when I lose personal relationships, of course, but I still care about those people and love them and feel that they're on the wrong path or they're doing wicked things. And so what we can do is pray for them. Because when we're done with this and we throw off this mortal coil, what's next? There's a whole other chapter to this life. And so pray that they'll find their way and they can join us there, because that's what everyone should want, rather than praying for destruction or waiting for the mark of the beast and the prophet and all that stuff coming and destruction and mayhem and all that. No, we're supposed to pray for that moment when we're all together and when our blood has been cleansed by Jesus, but because we have repented and accepted God, and that's what we're here for. And so that's what I'll continue to do, and I recommend you all do the same thing too.
Now, who can argue with that? Reverend.
Right? Can't argue with that. Okay. What's next? Oh, well, we were talking about the Mandela effect. I have something I want to play you because here's the wild thing. When we first heard about the Mandela effect, at least, you know, in our house, of course, you know about all the logos and then the movies and the TV shows and the music and stuff. But when you get that first Mandela effect that hits you personally, that one really rocks your world a second time. Because I remember when I started researching as best you can the Mandela effect, way back when, whatever that was, 7, 8, 10 years ago, I don't know. When I started this madness. And there was this one gal, and I wish I could, I mean, it's long gone. Some of these videos I still have, but that one is long gone. But there was this gal, and she was talking about how the Shell gas station in her area had changed. And I'll never forget it. I remember thinking, wow, this gal's really out there. Because I was on board with the national and movies and all that stuff, those changes, but not something like she was describing, like something completely changed. And then I saw another guy, and he said that where there used to be an alley, there's now a wall or something like that. I mean, and you just start thinking, wow, there's no way that these things are happening. These people have lost it. And then, of course, we started having some of those too. We had, I've shown them before, but there's like a post that changed in our house and some lighting and things like that. And then I had this, what do you call it? A circular saw that I had used in the week. And then it had been like, I think 3-4 days maybe. And I went back to the garage to use it, and the cord was just all destroyed and twisted together with little electrical knots and nothing I would have ever used. I mean, if you know anything about me, I would have changed the cord or got a new unit. So that was one of the first weird ones for me. But why am I bringing this up? Because I found one the other day. This lady showed up on my feed, and I could completely relate to this. And so if you've had a personal Mandela effect in your life, then you'll relate to this lady.
It's happened already. Let's see. Well, I've jumped timelines. I broke my favorite cookie jar. Look at that gorgeous sunshine and all the dirty dishes. But let me tell you about my timeline jump. So everybody, I've heard you guys talk about it all the time. You guys talk about it all the time. You get to jump timelines. I'm like, include me. I'd like to jump timelines. So I have this set of ice cream bowls from Starbucks that I got in 2007.
And be careful what you wish for. She wanted to have something happen, and sure enough, the universe opened it up for her.
I used to work at Starbucks, and I would do the retail, like, set up and tear down, and if they had extra stuff.
And I can't explain what's happening, and I'm sorry that you know, if you're saying that you have your right to your opinion, but there's too much evidence to say that it's BS because there's too much going on in the world. But I digress. Let's watch.
I would take it, not like steal it. You were allowed to back in the day. So it was this set of cute little ice cream bowls. Look at these 4 sets of ice cream bowls. There's a red, a green, a blue, and a yellow. Don't debate me on the colors because I Googled it, and sometimes there's 2 red, but there's always 4. There's always 4, and I've had this set of ice cream bowls since 2007. It's currently 2006, therefore 19. I know math. 19 years, hopefully I did that right, and I've been putting this away. I've been putting this set of ice cream bowls away since 2007. Yes, I've moved houses. I've moved houses since then, so I put it away in different cupboards. Different cupboards, but it's always been 4. It's always been 4 ice cream bowls. I've always had a red, a green, a blue, and a yellow. So tell me why. Tell me why after 19 years of having these ice cream bowls and 11 years of putting them from this dishwasher to that cupboard, today I have an extra yellow bowl. Tell me how. Tell me how. And so when I would put them in my cupboard, I reorganized my cupboards over the years, and I would either do them in a stack of 4 if I wanted them like that. Sometimes in my cupboard, I do them in 2 stacks of 2, but it's always been a stack of 4 or 2 stacks of 2. And so tell me where. Tell me how this showed up in my dishwasher, and I'm putting my dishes away.
And so, yeah, I saw there's comments like, is she on Adderall? I don't know. I think what my takeaway was is it freaked her out so much. She did this video and she's like kind of amped up on it. But it is bizarre. And I understand. Look, you're entitled to your opinion. There's so much evidence out there. Go back on my channel. I've got Mandela videos and I've done some shows on it. I can't explain how it's happening, who's doing it, or why. What I can tell you is this. God's in charge of everything, and so he's allowing it to happen whatever way it's happening. And the main takeaway is to know that we're in a spiritual battle. Things can happen on a molecular level that you and I don't understand. And more importantly, there are things being changed in the Bible. I've shown that residue and evidence just the other week off of my ancient Bible I have from the 1800s. So things are changing. We can't explain it, but there is a lot of evidence out there. So, okay. So now what are we at here? I think the other one's just sat in there and she didn't realize it. Yeah, but she moved several houses. So, okay. Let's see. What's next? We'll go on to, let's get this one. I just thought that was pretty fascinating for me, for people that had personal ones. Yeah, the lamb and the lion, right? I have the video on that. Where's that? Here you go. How about this?
Down with the lamb.
When the lion will lay down with the lamb.
The lion and the lamb?
Lay down together?
Lion shall lie down with this animal. Mary Grace.
What is the lamb?
Okay, in the Bible it says, what will lie down with the lion?
It is written that someday the lion will lie down with the lamb.
Ah, the good doctor makes logic and faith lie down together like the lion and the lamb.
The lion and the lamb shall lie down together.
And the lion shall lie down with the lamb and all that.
And here's the parable of the lion and the lamb come true.
A lion and a lamb playing together, and a little child leading them in a world of peace at last.
And the lion shall lay down by the lamb.
And the lion shall lay down by the lamb.
Where the lion will lie down with the lamb.
Lion lies with the lamb.
The lion lays down with the lamb.
The lion laid down with the lamb.
Even the lions lay down with the lambs.
The lion will lay down with the lamb.
The lion and the lamb should lie down together, and a little child should lead them.
There will be a day where the lion lays down with the lamb.
The lion and the lamb shall lie down together.
And the lion shall lie down with the lamb.
Satellite tracking continues.
That was someone's getting fired, is what that was.
There's all those. Every single one of those movies had it wrong. And the last one's the best. That's from that old movie. I forget the name of it right now. But and he's sitting on the porch reading the Bible. And it doesn't say what he's reading. So you can't unconvince me. I read the Bible so much. And it says in there, there'll be a day when, you know, you'll look for the word of God and not find it. But he wants us to have it in our hearts. And so the fact that I've read it enough that it's in my heart, when I read a passage that says, you know, aliens or Matrix or, you know, all these other weird things that are showing up, unicorns and stuff that I don't remember seeing in there before, it makes me notice it. And so I think that's why God is allowing these things to happen. However it happens, doesn't matter. The fact that it's happening is because God wants us to see the times that we're in and the fact that we live in a spiritual battle in the in the little season.
Pizza.
Because that's how you're going to fight this. It's not a conventional war. Yeah, you can't storm the castle. There's no castle to storm. You've got to fight this on a spiritual level, and you're going to do that with prayer. That's just how it is. So, and if it's really tough, Jesus says fast and pray. That's been removed from a lot of Bibles too. But that's how we're going to see ourselves through this. And I found it interesting because I was telling you, I was watching Jesus Freak this morning. That's his channel name. And I thought it was funny because I actually have some clips of the day the earth stood still. And he was showing that this morning. But where is it? Clippity clip. Here it is. He's got a few books out. I guess he's writing it or in the process of producing a new book. And I just found it interesting what he's saying.
All of this is that most believers are instructed to veer away from ancient, non-canonical, extra-biblical scripture sources for fear that they may become confused about doctrine or other theological concerns. Yet those same are encouraged to purchase and read non-canonical, extra-biblical writings of modern authors. I've been part of the ecclesia for over 35 years, serving in several church bodies in several cities across differing states, and never have I been encouraged by pastoral leadership to read the Book of Enoch or Jubilees or Jasher.
And those are said in the Bible. Jesus specifically mentions, I know, Enoch, first Enoch, and Jasher. And for those of you that have read those, they're fascinating. Jasher fills in so many things that I feel were left out and make it less confusing. But so they're not going to tell you to read these things. They're going to tell you not to read them because they're not of the 66 books. My Bible back there also has the apocryphy, however you say that. Yeah, I think that's how you say it, something like that. It has that too. There's more books that were taken out. And so I say read whatever you can to try to get all the understanding information you can. And if there's a biblical text that Jesus himself speaks about, why would you not check it out? But instead, they tell you they want you to read A Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren and Seeing and Savoring Jesus by John Piper and Joe Osteen, which some people remember with the L. Olstein, but that's gone. So Joe Osteen. And in any case, some of these famous pastors or whatever from TV or whatever, evangelists, and they encourage you to read that, but they don't encourage you to read these extra texts. So yeah, it's pretty wild. So I'm just saying, you've got to, there's a, yeah, right, Jasher, something else. And you just have to take the time. People have plenty of time if they manage it. The trick of the world is to make it so, cradle to grave, we're constantly busy working. And the only reason I was allowed to wake up to the way that I feel and understand life is because I finally had time off since I was like 14 years old, and same with my wife. It just worked out that way. And so I encourage you to make the time, instead of binge watching Shrinking or what's that other new one with Steve Carell? It's really funny. Instead of binge watching those shows, take some moment in the day and find some quiet time. And if you have trouble with the Bible, listen to it. There's free apps that you can listen to the Bible. And what I believe, it's best to listen to the KJV. It's at least the closest to what the original texts were, unless you start going into like some Greek things and stuff. But yeah, absolutely pray and ask for guidance from the Holy Spirit. Absolutely. And it works. It really does. It works. So in any case, but yeah, I just thought that was pretty interesting. He had that whole discussion today, and that's the problem. It's really tough to join an organized religion because they're going to shy away from these things. There's a whole thing about miracles, and so the modern church believes in miracles, but they believe them in the past. Like they don't think that it can still happen. And that's not true either. There are miracles happening around you all the time. You just have to look for them, and you can ask for them. You know, we're taught that we're not supposed to ask for things, but at the same time, that's not what the teaching says. That's not what God says. He says, you know, ask and you'll receive. And all you have to do is just tell him. He knows what's in your heart, but he wants you to, if you care about it, he wants you to ask for it. And it's not like he's a magic genie. He's gonna take care of the thing that you want, but it might not be in the timeline that you're thinking, because his thoughts and our thoughts are different, and his timeline is different than ours. But don't forget, you know, people like David, or Daniel and Joseph, you know, how long did they have to wait before God answered their prayers? So just know that if you ask a prayer, he says he'll answer it. You just have to have to wait for his timeline. So,
true. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And don't give up. You know, that's the whole idea of test of faith. You know, I've said this before. If you get a gym membership but you never go, you don't get any stronger. You have to go there and you have to exercise and work out, and then you get stronger as you start, you know, working through these difficult times. And it's the same thing with faith. You can't cry out to God and then look around and it didn't change and then just say, well, that didn't work. You've got to keep going, pray without ceasing, and know that he's listening and he'll answer your prayer. It just might take a while. So that's when you have to make sure that you ask for the comforter. That's what Jesus said he would leave, the Holy Spirit, is to put joy in your heart. Because these times that we find ourselves in, they're really terrible. I mean, look at Canada's asking you to off yourself, you know. But instead, I encourage you not to sound like some religious nut. Find Jesus, find God. So, okay.
Now, who can argue with that? Reverend.
And I saw a bunch of people came in tardy, so if you're tardy, you might have to stay after class and rewatch the show. But just remember, you're only tardy if you feel tardy.
I don't feel tardy. I don't feel tardy.
You got a double shot. Okay. All right, everyone. Let's get back into these tabs up here and clear these out. Clickety click. That one and that one and that one and that one. Okay. I think I love anything Lego. This is the new California high-speed rail Lego box. It has 0 pieces because they never finished it. How many millions or billions of dollars did they steal on that monstrosity? And they ended up building, I think they did build a bridge in California that allows like wild animals to cross. And but now what's happening is because first of all, I don't know how they know that they're supposed to cross it, but now there's this huge influx of like wild animals coming into the neighborhoods and stuff. It's just a mess. So good on you, California. You guys are just a little bit crazier than us here in Washington. So, and then of course, this I've already known, but this gal's the Apple whistleblower apparently. And what she's describing is what happened to me. I had an Apple phone, nothing was wrong with it, but then all the apps stopped working and the battery started dying. And they make you do these updates. Like the phone will update itself. And if you don't update it, nothing will work until you update it. And so what they found was, whenever they launch it, here, let's see what she says and I'll recap.
I used to be a software engineer at Apple, and with every new phone that was released, malware was installed on the older phones to make you have to update. So your phone's not just glitching, it's doing that on purpose. Share before it's deleted.
So, and they actually got caught with this too. In 2017, they had Battery Gate, where Apple was caught deliberately slowing down older iPhones through software updates. And they even admitted it in court. And so they're making this, and what do you call it? Microsoft just did it too. And they installed this OneNote on my computer and a bunch of other people's, and it arbitrarily deletes things when it wants to. And so it took all of my files that I had on this Microsoft Clipchamp and took them off my computer. They just deleted them and stuck them in the cloud. I had to go into the cloud and download them all back on. And it's pretty wild that they have that technology and they're using it on us. And most people probably don't even realize it. So, okay, what's next? All right. We could talk about this one later. This goes along with my sus animals. I've discussed octopuses before. There's something weird about them. But this article is really kind of encapsulates it. I also thought it was interesting because it was signed by 33 scientists, of course, right, in 2018. You know, there's always that exact number. There's never just like 30, 50, no, 33. So they think that they might have been transported to Earth by meteorites. So, of course, we know that's BS. But there's no spot on the evolutionary tree where this creature is. No ancestors, no immediate form, no cousins, like it appeared out of nowhere. It has 9 brains, 3 hearts, blue blood, and it writes its own RNA on the fly. When it enters cold water, it rewrites its nervous system. And it can regrow arms and squirt ink and camouflage itself. And it's just so weird that we'll have to maybe do a whole breakdown on this creature. It's also known as the Kraken, and, you know, but anyways, I just thought that would go interesting. All right, what's next? Oh, that was the last one in that group. Okay, good. So now we can come here and go over here. And, okay. So let's see. Let's see. We'll cover that one later. Let's see. We can do Trump really fast because I don't have a few of those. It's an animal, but I just don't know. Maybe it's a chimera. You know, like pandas. They're really sus. It's hard to say. Is it a shapeshifter? I don't know. There's a lot of weirdness. God even says there's weird stuff in the waters, right? And dead things come out of there. So, yeah. Let's see. I know the evolutionary tree. Is this funny? So, okay. Let's go back here. Where are we at? What's a squidbilly? Do you know what a squidbilly is, Jeannie?
Mm-mm.
Let's see. Let me look. What do we got here? I'm gonna look up a squidbilly. Squidbilly. I just see cartoons. I guess that was a cartoon. Okay. So that's not an animal. At least not yet. They'll probably show up in the ocean soon. So, squidbilly. Okay. Let's see. Don't look too late. I already looked. Captain Alien. Okay. Let's see. Where are we going from here? Oh, we were going to talk about Trump real fast. Let's see. Oops. Wrong button. Where did that one? There we go. That one. Clickety click. Here. 230 people here. God bless you. Don't forget, if you're enjoying yourself, like, share, subscribe. Hit that like button. Okay. What's next? Yeah.
I just felt,
it just cracks me up, the things he says.
I put out yesterday a statement. Everybody running for president or vice president should be forced to take a cognitive examination.
And he says why he thinks that should happen. And that's the part that I thought was really the most interesting.
I mean, you get a guy, he gets in, he's got a good line of crap, he gets in, and all of a sudden you're stuck with a man who's a moron. You know, this.
Who's he talking about? Because I think they're all puppets. I think they all work together. And this guy, if nothing else, well, I mean, he's funny. Biden was funny just because he did funny things he didn't mean to. But this guy's, you know, has comedy routines, and he's a troll. And then he posts stuff like this. This is the leader of the free world, the guy that's supposed to save you from everything. This is the actual White House feed, and it's just him saying winning for an hour.
Winning.
I mean, seriously. He just said you get a guy in there and he says some good bull crap, and next thing you know, you got an idiot in there, right? I'm not saying he's idiot, but who's posting these? Winning. I mean, come on. Yeah, narcissist. That's true. But yeah, this is. I mean, I remember the day when this all started. These were like important posts, I thought, but not anymore. Now we just get this. So he says like Charlie Sheen on winning. Anybody knows the Charlie Sheen reference? Oh, look at that. What was that? Gillen Davis knows it. He said it better too. Winning. So that was my Charlie Sheen impersonation. All right. But that's the thing, and they put these things out there for people like myself to, show, oh, look, they're killing the bees and they're whatever. And then look at the Economist tells you what's going to happen in the future. And this was 2017. I specifically remember discussing these things. And you can find things that have happened in history that match these up or whatever. But the most interesting one is you got this one where he's in the Trump card, the judgment card here, right? He's a king. Looks like he's sitting on the toilet paper of the U.S. flag. He's got some kind of scepter, the same one that, this bird that they use in everything. The Nazis used everything. And he's got, I don't know, some kind of weird spinner going on here. He's a king, right? And then they had other ones here. Of course, they have this guy must obviously be a doctor, right? Because that's what Trump said. And people are just arguing the streets over, they don't even know what. Meanwhile, you got the world's being run by the triangle people, right? And it's all the same stuff. Here's another doctor, right? Because that's the outfit Trump said is a doctor. And yeah, so they want you to see these things. They put them out there so that people comment on them and go, oh, we got this happening, we got that happening. I mean, the most current one, we could do a little breakdown on. This is the one that's coming out now or is out. This is the 2026 cover. Let's see, how do we, we gotta use this thing. There we go. So let's see what we got here. So right off the bat, this looks painful. Everything's being thrust up. You got handcuffs. And this must be for the 4th of July. What do you call it? 250 years. There's some kind of what looks like a cargo ship that has guns on it. I don't know what's going on here. And of course, you got the usual suspects here. Robots. Now we're upside down because you got to believe in the ball. And and of course, we always have these things everywhere now. Oh, we got one on this side too. That's great. The soccer's coming to America. I'm not sure what the remote control and the ice cube are. The boxing. Oh, they got the dollar sign correct now because it used to have 2 lines. Oops. Let's see. Well, this looks like Bitcoin they're smashing, so that's interesting. Of course, the pennies are now gone or they're on their way out. The stock market looks no bueno here. This one's weird. This is a new one for me. So you got your video game and it's connected directly to your brain. So I wonder if that's the new Elon Musk thing coming to a theater near you. And what do we got here? We got the robot dogs and, of course, the fake satellites. Not sure what's happening here, but they're dumping a pot in the water. And I don't know who that is. Anyways, they put all this stuff in here so that way you look back on it and you go, oh, see, that came true. That came true. This is where we're heading. But remember, it's all just theater to try to get you to listen to the things that they want you to listen to and see the things that they want you to see, as shown here, rather than actually expose things. Like, where's the client list? Who are the people that should be in jail over this? If there's victims, there's got to be people that victimize them. But no, we're going to discuss cruise ships and aliens and anything else. We've got, let's see, let me bring this up. So the newest thing going on, of course, is the Hanta virus, Hanta. But let's do a little walk down memory lane. all these things were coming to kill us, and we're all here. At least, the ones that are listening to this, the ones that aren't, I guess, are gone. And I find it interesting because when the thing happened in 2020, and I refused to play along, there was a lot of people that were waiting for me to kick it, and not make it. And shockingly, they were astonished that I didn't do any of the stuff that they were saying. Again, I'm experimenting on myself. You listen to the 3-letter companies, but I didn't do any of that stuff that they wanted me to do. And I've never been healthier. So go figure. My experiment worked. And it's just like the whole climate change. They told us at one time that there was global warming. Before that, they said there was a new ice age coming. And now they just call it climate change. But they refuse to admit that they're spraying the skies and affecting the climate. Although they are telling you, but since it's not like major news, people are ignoring that. And that's how this works. If they tell you that they're lying to you about something, but you just either don't listen or you ignore it, or don't hear it because you're doing something else, they've put it out there, and it's up to you to figure that out. But that allows them to do things to you, because if you ignore the information, you've given up your free will and you've given your consent. Are you saying that information's out there? I am saying. My wife want to know, am I saying this? Yes.
Information's out there. All you have to do is let it in.
So yes. So they're gonna come around with the same thing. I swear, when I look back on or think back on those days of the last major catastrophe, what do you call it, airborne thing, I swear there was a thing about them being on a cruise ship, and they're doing that again. They're starting it on a cruise ship, and I have video of the actual, because the hantavirus is spread by rats, and so what happened is they had ratatouille in the kitchen cooking, and that's, I think, how it started. At least that's the official story, or maybe I made that up. But yeah, so you got these people on a cruise ship who, guess how many days they've been on the cruise ship? Anyone? 33, says Bueller down there. Where are we? What I got for you? There.
That's very true. Very true.
So that's what they say. They've been on this cruise ship for 33 days, and this hantavirus, which has only been just distributed by rats, apparently. Now, this, for the first time in human history, just like they did with the other thing that happened, now you can be transmitted supposedly from human to human. And in the old school books, the one that happened in the 2020s, it said it was just like just a regular flu, basically. It was called the common cold in some textbooks back then. But then it morphed into some crazy thing we'd never seen before. And so here we go again, a lot of people are seeing. And they're pushing this whole thing. Of course, this French guy seems to be everywhere. He has a nice little conglomeration I felt was good.
Look, that's our ship.
It's truth in plain sight again. It's like predictive programming. These things come out in the past, and then they start saying, oh, the Simpsons predicted it. No, they just told you what was coming. The fact that they're on a cruise ship and there's this weird thing happening to them and their tongues are and you get purple tongue.
An emergency message. Outbreak of the deadly virus is spreading rapidly.
A virus?
Worrying new challenge in efforts to contain the hantavirus.
All we want right now.
This is the only video that I've seen from someone on the cruise ship. And it looked like a guy poorly reading cue cards or something, crying and saying, we're afraid and we need help and whatever. Meanwhile, if there's, like 150 people, I think, something like that have been on this ship for 33 days, where's the flurry of videos. Like, where's the live streams? Where's the it's day 29 and we can't leave the cabin? Or why is no one on their phones? Why? I mean, this is an entire society of people that seem to want to do that, but not these people on this cruise. Nay. There's just silence except this
Just
guy.
to feel safe.
For now, nobody is being allowed off the boat.
Except the 24 people or whatever they already left off the boat, right? And when they say 3 people died, 1 died on the boat, I think 1 in the airport and 1 somewhere else.
All ships must remain at sea.
Have fun! My booze!
The economist parts. Right? He has to cover that, right? And I looked this up. If you look up a potential side effect of the last thing, this is listed. And I asked Grok, is that true? And Grok's like, no, that's not true. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Look, I can show you. It's right here. And Grok's like, well, that's a very, they have to put this on everything kind of thing. Like, that's not true. It's right there. It tells you. So, again, it's the same as different day. That's the way I see it.
It's the same disease that killed Betsy Arakawa.
And what about that? Remember Gene Hackman and his wife, how they weirdly found them like passed away in their house they're like already kind of like decayed or mummified or whatever. They had antivirus.
The wife of late actor Gene Hackman.
Didn't they do the same thing with, what was it, Tom Hanks? Wasn't he one of the first ones to come down with the other thing as he shows his in quarantine with his Corona typewriter, right? That was an interesting thing. And then you got this. Of course, they show it in the X-Files, Mueller and Scully or whatever, Mulder. It talks about this as an outbreak of that virus, right?
I'm saying it wasn't the hantavirus.
So it's just interesting that they just tell you in advance what's coming next. And then they wait and see, and they see, are we going to do the same reaction that we did before? I hope not. I sure hope we learned our lesson from that last one. Yeah, it's listed as an adverse side effect, and you can find this yourself, but it's right there. It's really tiny for you all. It's right there. So on page 4 of this page, no way. Oops, how do I make that larger? I guess I can't. Oh, I know, I can do it in this screen. Look at this. Look what page this it's discussing a potential side effect, an adverse reaction to the shot from the last thing, and it shows you the hantavirus right there, and it's on what? You see that on page 33. Good night, everyone. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So, all right, what's next? Oh, no, I gotta lower this. That's too large here. Reset. There we go. Yeah, this one was good. Because they can't, just like last time, they can't keep their data straight. So let's see, we'll start here.
How come the CDC of Africa says that it was on March 20th, 2026, that the ship departed Argentina, while the World Health Organization says that the vessel departed Argentina on April 1st, 2026. That's the CDC and the World Health Organization having different dates?
Of course, because when you're a liar, you can't keep things straight. That's a beautiful thing. For those of you that are struggling with stuff, the one thing about the Great Awakening that we find ourselves in is all hidden things are being revealed. All truth will come out. It might take a while. You have to be patient. But when you speak and stand in truth, you don't have to remember what you said because it's what happened. That's it. You don't have to remember, did I say I could see stars from the moon or I couldn't see stars from the moon? or you could see them at night, or you could see them all the time. Like, you don't have to remember the lie that you told last time because you stand in truth. And that's the beautiful thing. And these companies show themselves because they can't keep their stories straight.
The ship departed from Argentina. Meanwhile, Argentina withdrew from the World Health Organization in March of 2026. What do you mean by April 11th? The first case of an adult male, he died on April 11th as his symptoms got worse, but the body of the passenger wasn't removed until the 24th of April. That means for what, 13 days or something like that? He was on board? A body was on board? Also,
hopefully he wasn't in the water park or the pool. I mean, gross.
I was on the MV Hondius's Wikipedia page, which is the ship that they're all on, and it says that the maiden voyage was in 2019, which is cool and all, except for the fact that when you go to the history of all the edits, it shows that the creation of this page was on May 5th, 2026. While the media has been making out this Jake guy to be some just random American who got caught up in a bad deal, I went to his Instagram. He's partnered with Oceanwide X. Like, that was not disclosed in any of these articles.
No.
He also,
works
back
for
in
the ship.
2023, I believe it was, 171 weeks ago, he did a cruise with them already to South Georgia and had these pictures. So, for all I know, he could be reposting some of these pictures that were on his page from forever ago. Oh, guys, get this.
Aboard Oceanwide Expedition ship, the plans
This is from
are the largest
2024.
colonies in the world. After a 2-day journey at sea from the Falkland Islands, we arrived at South Georgia Island. Our first landing site here was going to be Salisbury Plain, which is home to a king penguin colony of about 60,000 breeding pairs. This is a place I always dreamed of visiting, and I was brought to tears on arrival.
He was there in 2023.
He cries a lot.
So for the record, my conclusion is not that this is fake or anything like that, okay? My conclusion is that the public timeline is messy.
And I'm telling you that there's a reason why these things don't match up. That's my take on it. Because they're trying to sell you a narrative. And they want to see if you're going to bite like you did last time. But yeah, what about this one? Has anyone seen this? This is the captain of the ship. Now, like I said again, where's everyone sending out their videos and live streams? I mean, that seems like everyone wants to do that nowadays. Where's all that? If there's 150, no one's using their phone. Do they confiscate their phones? It doesn't make sense. But this got out. This is the captain telling you about the passenger that died.
My passengers sadly passed away last night. Tragic as it is, it was due to natural causes, we believe.
So the captain of the ship says he died due to natural causes. But the mainstream media is grabbing this and running with it because they want to push their narrative and see if they can't get you to do all the crazy stuff you did last time. You know what I'm talking about. Where you could only walk one way in a grocery store and you couldn't touch your grandmother and you only have 2 or 3 people at a party. You had to bring your own food. I mean, it's nuts. Absolutely insane. And the things that they did to children with covering their faces and stuff. I lost friends and YouTubers because I said that was child abuse. There was a real famous YouTuber. He talked a lot about Nephilim and stuff, and he was supposed to be a man of God, and he sold little masks for kids and infants, and it irritated me so much. I called him out. I made a video about it, and of course, you know, like everything else, people walk away. That's okay. I'll just keep doing this. Whoever wants to be here will show up, and whoever doesn't, they'll go on. They'll move on to whatever they want to do. But let's not do this again. I mean, now this person's so excited they have like updated ones.
If you're worried about the hantavirus situation, wear a mask, wear a respirator, even outside. This is a head strap one. This is an N95. There are also KN95s, which are just the ear loop ones. The tighter it is to your face, the better, which is why the head straps are a little bit more protective.
So you're breathing in your own CO2 all day long. They don't wash these things. I see them hanging on rear view mirrors in cars and stuff. It's just a petri dish of stuff going on here. And now they've got this smart little snap in the front. So, because, you know, you can eat or drink And that's when the virus can't get you. But these, where is it? I think she pops it open here. So yeah, here. So you can drink out of it. No. Sorry. I'm not playing. Didn't play that. I'm not going to play again. But I'm experimenting. You follow the CDC guidelines, right, YouTube? But I'm just saying I'm not doing it. I didn't do it then. I'm not going to do it now. And then instead of the ship that they're all talking about, why is no one talking about this one? Here's a cruise ship. This happened, was this today or yesterday? The 7th, so yesterday. The Disney cruise ship scandal exploded. 28 crew members were busted for really poor abuse material, right? It's right there. You can read it for yourselves. 28 crew members on a Disney cruise, including Disney's Magic in San Diego. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But nobody's talking about this. Where's this in the news? It's on Twitter, of course, but where is it in the mainstream news? I don't hear about this. They just want you to talk about the other ship. Why do they want you to only talk about the other ship? Because they want to do this to you again. And I just pray to God every day that we're not going to follow for this as a society again. That more people say, no, this is stupid. I have an actual picture of someone I know, a loved one, that couldn't talk to their sister that was passing away and had to do it through a window. I can't show the photo because it literally makes me and pretty much everybody in the chat cry when I show it. But that's a real thing. I know this one's probably fake, but it really, I've seen it personally. It happened. And, and don't forget, everyone's wearing them with their nose out or pulling them down when they want to talk. You could walk through the restaurant, but you had to have the mask on. But when you sat down and you were eating your drink, you could take it off. It made no sense. They closed the bathrooms because they were too dangerous, and they made you go to outhouses outside. They made people eat in the parking lots. They called them park lots. And the restaurant you could still get food from. The kitchen was safe, but the restaurant was dangerous. And what was it? Gas stations never had a problem. There you'd have to use masks. You didn't have to use gloves. Everyone was fine. I mean, the rules were so ridiculous, and people just followed it lockstep. That's how you have to understand. This isn't a country thing. This isn't about this country versus that country. Higher than each of these countries, there's a mass agenda. Because when the entire world, wherever you want to call the living space you live on, all went for this, lockstep, everyone decided to do everything, even the countries that fight with each other and can't agree on anything, but this they can agree on. That's when you have to understand you're being played. There's a higher grouping. I mean, you go all the way up to Satan, but I'm just saying there's a higher grouping of the leader above the leaders of the world, because they all had to do this. So that's how you know they all work together. That's how you're not going to vote your way out of this. So, all right, rant over. Okay, let's get rid of that.
Now, who can argue with that? Robert!
Right? Am I on fire? Yeah. Yeah, and my wife and I tried to eat at a restaurant during that nonsense, and we couldn't find a single one that would seat us. So we ended up going home because, forget it. So, but yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Yes, exactly. So hopefully more people this time. It's shocking to me, though. I wonder how many are just going to jump right into it like last time. So, yeah, Walmart was open. Where's that? Walmart was open. But then they also had like certain aisles, like, oh, this isn't important, so we're going to shut that off. You can't go down that aisle. It's too dangerous to be out. I mean, it's nuts. And if the people that were not afraid of it and they were going around in it and they were going to die of it, well, then let them. You know what I mean? It was so stupid. My mask or shot doesn't work unless you wear one and get it too. Makes no sense. So, okay, where are we at here? Let's see, where are we at? Do we have what are the videos I'm gonna grab here? Got that one, got that one. Oh, this was kind of interesting. I don't remember this movie, not very well. But this guy.
Hey, y'all remember this scene, Boys in the Hood?
Oh, Boys in the Hood. He had an interesting thing that he spotted.
Hey, check it out. Something I didn't notice. Hey, look.
She says, I can learn if you teach.
Hey, look. What is that? Is that like a double tooth in between some teeth?
What is that? That's some weird stuff, is what I'm saying. And you can say, okay, well, it's the video glitching or whatever. I get it, but here they look normal. Let's see, right here. I think I make that any larger. Let's see. No, that didn't make any large. Just knocked me out of the picture. Okay, but here they look somewhat normal. But then, like the very next minute.
I want to drive.
Hey, watch this, man.
Can you drive stick? She says, I can learn if you teach.
Hey, look. What? Between some teeth, bro?
I don't know. That's pretty wild. Maybe she's morphing. Maybe she's a shapeshifter. We'll have to go back and research this movie and see if you can make it do this if you have this movie. Was it Boys in the Hood? So we live in Westworld. Yeah. Yeah. So pretty wild. All right. So that's enough of that. Get that off the screen. Okay. So we got that one. And let me just grab up this here for a second. What do we got? Clickety click here. Forgot to grab this one before we started. Where is it? What's this one? Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves here. We've got okay, we got that. We got that. What is this one? Maybe this is it. Okay, this one I have just because I told my wife when you see this one on the screen, you're not gonna like it, but I think some of my audience might. I don't know. This one just kind of made me laugh. It's really short. There we go. You see that? Someone took Super Mario Brothers and removed all the sounds and filled them in with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Come on. And my favorite is when he if you've played this game, you know the noises are supposed to sound like. If you play this game, I think my favorite is when he appears right here in the very beginning. I'll try to be quiet. Oh my gosh, too much. Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry, honey, you're outvoted on that one. Oh my gosh, you guys, was that something? I'm showing you were wrong. Oh my gosh, is that great? Maybe I have to put that in the rotation. So, okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, who's your daddy and what does he do? Yeah, it's too much. Fantastic. Oh, you're crying. Fantastic. Oh, goodness. So, oh, good. I'm glad I found that one. I forgot it before the show started. So, Jay Leno, yeah. Okay. Is that everything? Hey, Scott's with you, Jeannie. But that only leaves like a couple of you. The rest of us all were just losing our. So funny. And then there's, I guess, fun is not sure. So maybe. So all right, where are we at here? Jingle all the way. I'm grounded. Trish says. So yeah, right. You can't. Oh yes, you can. Let's. What you want to do one more? It's short. One more for the kids at home. All right, that's enough. Okay, I'm done. You can come back, honey. Okay, where are we at? Oh, we got that one. Let's see for this one. Okay. Do we have next? Let's see. Got that. Let's see, do we get this one? Yeah, we'll save that one for another week. We'll move on from there. Let's see what we got. This one. Let me see. Oh yeah, and just so you know, this really happened. Apparently, I told you Trump's like Nebuchadnezzar-ing it, or King Cyrus or something, and he has his new golden statue at Mar-a-Lago, and they had him on the phone. They dedicated.
I want to make sure everyone can hear.
Allegedly
Okay,
got his ear shot off, which regrew like a.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank you so much for being there today, and more importantly, for what you did. The statue is beautiful. You know, I saw it.
The statue is beautiful. He's king narcissist, king of the narcissist. It's just fantastic to watch. So, all right. So we got that. Let's get rid of that one. We've covered that. Okay. And what else did I miss? Let's see. There was this one. What is this one? Oh yeah, we'll show that. And then one other. It's this one. Okay, we covered that. So we're good there. And so I guess the only other one that I didn't have loaded up there was this one, which is, they're making another, what do you call it? The Odyssey, Homer, Iliad, and all that. And it's discussion of, was it Helen of Troy and Achilles? Is that the guy? And they started a whole war because she was so beautiful and yada, yada, yada. That's how the story goes. And then you fast forward to today's day and age where everything is, you have to diversify. And so this is what we got in 2004. You had Brad Pitt as Achilles and whoever this chick is. And now the queen is here. She's supposed to be so beautiful that wars were fought for her. And Juno is now playing the role of Brad Pitt. I mean, seriously, the guy that posted this said, if you paid me to ruin a movie, I couldn't have done it this masterfully. I mean, seriously, it's getting so ridiculous. Was it Diane Krieger? Is that who this is? I guess. I thought it was the person that tells Tom Hanks, I'm the captain now. But I guess I don't know all these new actors. But yeah, this one's Juno, or was Juno. Was he now? I forget his name now. So But yeah, he's Achilles, of course. That's why you can't watch any of these new movies anymore. If you're gonna watch anything, go back and watch old stuff, because these are crazy. Yeah, the fallen angels are now bored. You're absolutely right, because they want you to idolize these guys, and all the superhero movies. All that is just a telling of the story of like the fallen angels and making them out to be heroes and the good guys. That's all that is. Okay, so we'll cover that one later. All right. So what do we have left? Oh, we still have to. We have scary space news and Sarah. So let's see. And I'm not playing Nutella again, but we did that. But yeah, the scary space news. So where's the guy? There he is.
This week in scary space news.
All right. So what do we have here? Got lots going on apparently. It's really interesting that we have. It used to be called the Department of Defense, right? And but apparently before that it was called the Department of War. So the president of peace, Trump, right? They keep saying he should get the Nobel Peace Prize and stuff. Which again, go read your Bible. God's like, who is this that's saying there's peace when there is no peace? So the Department of Defense, now we're just, all the gloves are off, and hey, we're not going there to defend ourselves from you guys getting a bomb coming over here. We're just the Department of War now. And so what do we have? You go on, literally, you go to the, oh, come on. You literally go to the Department of War, war.gov/UFO. And they just did this supposed giant dump. They took a giant dump on us, that's for sure, of all these alien files. And so, I went and I looked at some of this, of course, because that's what I do here, the research for you all. And, we got a lot of these, not that one's fake. Why would they have posted on this anyway? It's kind of funny. They're just dots in the sky. This one's got 3 dots watching the people do the fake moon landing. Then you got, it's just dots. There's more dots. That's all we get. This is their big reveal, And let me get out of this. Let's see, close this. That's all these pictures are just a bunch of dots. Oh, that's that fake one again. And it's shocking to me because this is the beginning of the truth dump. Where's this one? I have this one too. Yeah. See, more dots flying around.
UFOs and
kill that. Just more dots. Dot flying around here. Now we got more dots flying around. There goes a dot. This is the giant release of dump of alien life forms that they've been recording for years. Now, I see these things in the sky too. Some of them they call satellites, right? That's what they used to tell us if you saw them. But yeah, they got all these dots in the sky. And what's interesting is that, when I think of a UFO and they're going to release the files, I want to see things like that's what you want to see, right? Where's the alien ships and stuff? That's not a bunch of dots, And and this is nothing new, as God says. There's no new thing under the sun. Where is it? This happened once before, and you can still find this on YouTube, of course, and other places. Clickety click. It was 1952, and all these dots flew over the Capitol. And what I find interesting about this was shocking news back then, right? And nowadays, don't we see the same thing? And they just call it like Starlink, right? Here's Starlink. This is very different. And I've seen this go by my house. And they just say, oh, Elon Musk shot him up there, or the Department of the Defense or Department of War stuck him up there. And we just move on with our day, and it's no big deal. But yet, when you look at the this one, it was like, oh my gosh, there's alien invasion. It's just more dots. It's all they've given us for, what does that equal? I'll do the math. 70 years? We're just getting dots in the sky. And you can look out your, see these go by. Whatever they are. I don't know what they are. But there you go. Just, that's what we see. More dots. That's the big reveal. And let's not forget, like I said, it's coming from what? The Department of War? I mean, I've seen the movies, like, what is it, Day the Earth Stood Still? You don't want the Department of War going to meet your alien.
Last two. Verada. Nikto.
So you got to say the magic words, and then it doesn't kill the Earth. That's what that movie basically. It ends up being a lecture at the end of that movie. Spoiler alert. The guy stands there next to the alien and says, well, we're going to keep an eye on your planet, and if we decide that you're acting up, we'll destroy it. It's up to you. That's how it ends, basically, like that, But we didn't have the Department of War going on. I still say that's one of the finest scenes in the movie ever, just so you know. But yeah, who's gonna walk up to the giant robot and say Klaatu Barada Nikto or whatever, was that guy, Army of Darkness? Is he gonna say it? Who's gonna do it? And who even knows what that means? That you look that up, and they said that they never translated this, but it's probably I should rebuke it in Jesus' name. It's probably some weird spell that they're saying, but yeah. So we didn't have the Department of War go meet the aliens. They would have destroyed us. Okay, enough of that. I know what I haven't played that I wanted to mention. I hope that we don't go through the same nonsense that we did last time with the new stuff coming off the cruise ship. And I was supposed to hit this button because it's a favorite of people I know.
No, thank you.
So I'll fix that and post it and put it where it belongs. Okay. So there we go. We still having fun? 200 people here. Okay, good. Oh, thank you. I can't think of that guy's name. Ash, but what was his name? There's a real guy. Billy? No. Something. Brian? Something. Campbell? That's the best I could get off the top of my head. So, okay. Do I science? So, okay. What do we got? So, is there anything else? Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Hi, I'm here from the Department of War. Nice to meet you. Yeah, goodbye, planet. That's what they tell us. So, exactly. And I've said this: the invasion is going to be televised. The thing of the powers that be, they don't have to do anything. We do it to ourselves. We put on the things and take the shots and hide in our rooms and stuff because they asked us to. But we didn't have to do those things. It was just a suggestion. And so when it comes to the alien invasion, everyone is addicted now, not whether addicted or not. We're using these machines. I mean, you're watching me on a computer or on a laptop or a phone or whatever. And that's all they're going to need to do the alien invasion because they don't like spending money. They're kind of cheap. So, so let's see. Was it Bruce Campbell? Was that the guy's name? I think so. So, oh, somebody's asking about satellites. So that's how my channel got its name. If you look up the Mariner 9 satellite, that's the actual photo you'll get in some of them. And it honestly looks like that's how I got the name. A ceiling fan. In fact, this one, I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. I can bring it up, though. It's pretty easy to find. Mariner. I forget there's a lot of new people in my channel. Mariner 9. Images. And so way back when I was discussing, I was looking at satellites, and I started looking into this Mariner 9 program, or all the Mariners anyways. And I got to this one. Here we go. Clickety click. And clickety click here and here and here. And you can see it still has the light chain. See, it's got the Mars and the NASA numbers and whatever, but they forgot to Photoshop out the light chain. And so, you know, I think that's so you can see it at night, maybe. But yeah, so I looked at the screen that I was a caller at that time. I was just in the chats and the call-ins, and they said, any more thoughts? And I said, yeah, it kind of looks like a ceiling fan. And then when I started looking into it more, like, you know, the Mariner 8 and all that, they all like they're like a pole. They look like ceiling fans. And so that's how my name kind of stuck. I was called the ceiling fan guy, and then ceiling fan man just kind of rolled off the tongue easier and became my rap name. And there we are. I hope that shed some light on things.
And so here we are.
All right. What's next? And don't forget, before there was the thing in 2020, or after the thing in 2020, and before the hantavirus, we had this lovely thing happen, and they've never explained what happened to any of these animals. They just move on to the next story.
Previously on 12 Monkeys.
Well, authorities say 40 primates have escaped a research facility in the Yamasee area. Officials with the Yamasee Police Department say the primates escaped from the Alpha Genesis Primate Research Center.
Released the virus
on Castle Hall Road on Wednesday. Traps were set up in the area. Police are using thermal imaging cameras to help locate these animals. Police are asking residents to keep their doors and windows secure to prevent animals from entering their homes.
Soon it'll be a Planet of the Apes.
And of course, call 911 if you spot one of these escaped animals.
The army of the 12 monkeys.
And do not approach the primates.
Monkey, monkey, monkey!
News 2 has reached out to the Alpha Genesis facility for additional information.
The apes are out of control.
We're still waiting to hear back.
Stop the 12 monkeys from destroying the world.
Satellite tracking continues.
So what happened to that one? We just don't care about that one anymore. We've moved on. We're searching for Nancy Guthrie's mother. No, we're done with that one too. We're worried about the war of Ukraine. No, that one's over. What's left? Alien invasion. Dots in the sky. and a cruise ship for 33 days with a bunch of people with no cell phones. So, yeah, there you are. Finally, we're doomed, Jeannie.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, yeah. All right. What's left? Oh, I know. I mean, we're already 2 hours in, but I promised if Ryan's watching or maybe later, I have a Sarah video that we can, oops, wrong button, that we can roll out and see. And I used to do these all the time. Eventually get back into it. They take a lot of editing and a lot of work. And I've really gotten busy on a lot of other things, but when I can, I will play these. So let's see. I think it's this one. Let's try this.
The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
So, they tell you, be self-sufficient, do a farm, have chickens. Sometimes
you own the chicken coop, sometimes the chicken coop owns you. But this is part of my life. This is all chicken crap here. Chickens. And then I dump it up there, and then I turn it or churn it or whatever, and then it becomes dirt so we can plant it and make more food so that I can feed it to those stupid chickens who do all this shitting, and I end up covered like this.
Ew, gross.
Move out to the country, get a few chickens, it'll be fine. Right, ladies? So here's something you won't see in store-bought eggs. Yeah, you might find brown ones all the same color and shape and size, and then the bleached white ones, and who knows what they do to get them. I've never seen, at least our chickens don't lay anything close to that. But here's the interesting thing. Besides all the colors, we get all different sizes. This one is very petite, obviously. That's for some kind of Cornish hen dish, I guess. So even that one's on the smaller size. Most of the time we get them in just, I would say, like the store-bought size, something like that. And then every once in a while we get a Funkin' Wagnall one like that. But then, every once in a while, there's an overachiever. You think you've got a bad day going? Try to pass this every day. Hopefully this is a one and done. She doesn't have to deal with that again. Because that is a grapefruit. Okay, mission accomplished. All new fresh bedding. Ladies been in the yard all day. They're going to be really excited. They always are when they come back to this. So. And yes, I do have KFC lighting on the chickens, so that way if we ever decide to eat them, they're pre-roasted. Just kidding. Chicken. And instead of going out for breakfast, we decided we're just going to make it. So I'm shredding some potatoes, and hopefully I'll make some hash browns. We've got juice that we can make out of the oranges. Our chickens, of course, produce some eggs, and we're going to just try to make a nice breakfast, save money, and relax around the house. So there's always ways you can do it. And then everything that we don't use is either compost or chicken feed. So hashtag no waste. Okay, so I'm going to do a real simple recipe with these. Chop some onions, and we'll add that to this. Here, I'll make it like a real cooking show. So now we take the onion and add it to a little salt, a little pepper, I'll add 1 egg, and some flour for binding. Okay. And now we mix well. My father taught me a fork is always the best thing for that. If I was the angry chef right now, I'd probably use that whisk and it'd be flying everywhere, but we're not that we're not that today. Okay. All right, so we got the hash browns cooking in here. We're gonna make some eggs soon. And we've got that. So there it is. It's got a toast. We get some jam there. Got our eggs. Thank you, chickens. Got some bacon. This didn't come out quite the way I wanted it to, the consistency. But hey, it's a learning process. First time I made homemade hash browns, and we'll continue from there. But I'm sure they'll be delicious. I'm going to pray over it and enjoy breakfast with company.
It's time for Ceiling Fan Nan and Sarah, and kisses and tacos.
She's doing. What are you doing?
So I'm up here in my studio. Someone's taking a cat nap. You get it? A cat nap. Okay, so I came to my studio and I'm being attacked.
I heard you the first time. Satellite tracking continues.
Where am I? Here I am. There you go. So, and scene, yeah. So I'll keep working on it. She's gotten very camera shy since those days. We used to fight all the time, but I'm not a cat person. I never have been. And I've had cats in my life, but that cat is something else. So, oh, thank you, Kim. You're the best. Thanks. So, yeah, she's adorable. So, okay. Where are we at here? So you all enjoyed that? Oh, you liked it? Okay, good. So, breakfast at a giant espresso. My wife would agree with you on the espresso for certain. Yes. So, okay. I think that covered that. And all right. So good there. Well, let's see. I think I got all of the videos played. I got all the tabs used. Make sure I'm not missing something here. Oh, I thought this was interesting. I'll probably end just show you this one because
this out. Listen.
I did a show years ago. I don't know if it's still on the channel, but a gentleman. Let me move this for a second. Has a channel, and his name's also David, and we did a whole deep dive on Africa and things like that. And amongst that, he was talking to me about China and saying that, you know, if you look into it, you can't just like Google map a road to drive into China. You have to go through some kind of government checkpoint, either by plane or boat. And there's even a train, apparently, that if you're on the train, then at some point it picks it up and lifts you onto another track. And it's just some real weirdness about China. And when you start looking into the world that they teach us, the continents, you know, the only map that we have comes from the fakeness, like of Google Map and stuff. And when you're in a plane, you can see the land masses and stuff, but at some point they always seem to, at least you're traveling for a distance, they always fly over the ocean. And so you really don't know where you are. And so unless you can somehow walk and plot out these countries and stuff, I post to you, and I've done this for years on this channel, we don't even know like the sizes of these countries. They seem to change on the Earth shots from space, and they also change on maps and stuff. So we don't know the exact sizes of some of these countries, and we might not know exactly where they're positioned, because you can go through old maps and like California has an island and then it doesn't, and there's other things at the North Pole which aren't there anymore. There's nothing at the North Pole. It's just ice and water now, apparently. And so things have changed on these maps over the years. But what if they're not what they say they are? And so when you fly, and sometimes they're like, oh, we got a tailwind, we got it an hour early. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that you can get such a rush of wind that's going to get you faster to your destination. I think on some of these flights, they kind of fly you out over the ocean or something and then come back and stuff. But if they did a direct flight, it'd be much faster. And when you put some of these flights onto a flat map, they make sense. Whereas when you put them onto a globe map, some of them don't even make any sense. And of course, there's no flights really that go underneath the ball and do that too. So there's a lot of weirdness that comes with the maps and stuff. And my whole idea that we don't actually know where the things are on some of this, then this video showed up and I was like, wow, that kind of fits right into it.
Where are you from?
India.
India? What, you too?
Yeah.
How long have you been walking? All day?
All day.
Did you fly into Mexico and then walk the rest?
Walk.
But where did you fly into?
What?
Where did you fly into? What city?
No, only walking.
How do you walk from India?
Yes.
Are you from India too?
Pakistan.
Oh, Pakistan. Oh, Pakistan? Pakistan?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Okay. And how did you guys fly into Mexico and then walk in the rest of the way? Walk? How did you get from Pakistan over to here? You from Pakistan too?
India.
Oh, India?
India, Punjab.
India?
Punjab.
India. Okay. Yeah, we ran into some of your friends over there.
Police station, how far?
Yeah, this way.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
it is. Okay.
Thank you.
That entire group just claimed to have walked to the United States from India. How is that possible?
India? What, you too?
There. Isn't that something? I don't know. I find these things fascinating because I know they're lying to us about everything else. And you can go into Google Maps, or what do you call it? Google Earth, and you can zero in on a house. But then the more you start panning out, what happens? It becomes a cartoon. You know, if we have these satellites, again, if you type in satellite in space, you only get cartoons. If they really have these satellites in space that supposedly can see that, why can't we watch come all the way out from Google Earth and stay in an actual photo? Why does it have to turn into a cartoon? At what level of space does everything turn into a cartoon, right? Satellites and everything else turns into a cartoon. I want to know where that area lies. So, because it's a lie. Where's my guys?
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I find that interesting. Maybe we'll go over like geography or something another night. That'd be fun because there's always something new to discuss in this incredible time that we find it.
Pizza.
The little season. So, all right. And just remember, everything that you hear on this show, look into it yourself. Don't take my word for it, because don't forget.
There are no experts.
All right. Okay. So I think we covered just about everything that we wanted to do tonight. I guess the last thing I would just say is besides the hopefully the entertainment and maybe some knowledge that you get from this show, I just want you to remember that this is also, I'm here for encouragement. I want you to know that you're not alone. There's a whole chat room of people that are here to tell you the same stories. They're all having the same experiences. They're either being dismissed by the regular world, they're being shut down, they're being ostracized. Some people are alone, some people are broken, some people are hurting and sick, and we're all experiencing this together. God said that these things are going to transpire, and we're going to get worn out in these times. And if you're trying to wake people up and trying to tell them the lies of the world, and they're not listening, or they're walking away from you, or they're disparaging you, saying horrible things about you, just know that you're doing it correctly and that God's watching, and not to worry, because the truth eventually will come out. Whether it's your lifetime or not doesn't matter, because if you know the truth, you can't deny it, and so you need to continue to speak it. And as I found, the saints of the old that died some of these horrific deaths, all they had to do was denounce Jesus as the Savior, and they couldn't do it, and they went to some really terrible deaths. That doesn't make sense if it was a lie. And for Jesus to walk around, and when he, most of the time he didn't tell people, but when he did, and he said he was the Son of God, he was here on earth to basically salvation for our sins. And there's only three options: that he was lying, he's crazy, or he's telling the truth. And in my instance, and I found out in this world that I live in, there's so many people that lie to me, but Jesus doesn't, God doesn't, that book doesn't. And so once you know that, once you make that spiritual connection, if you don't have it, you can do it tonight. You don't need a book. You don't need any fancy stuff. You go in a closet, shut the door, turn the light off, leave your phone outside. Don't talk to anyone. Take a moment and just kind of breathe in the silence, and then ask to tell God what you're dealing with and how maybe you can't cope with it on your own. and ask him for help. And I'd be shocked if you don't have the, like your cat may vary. No, this experience is supposed to be exactly, you're going to have that connection. God says he's knocked at the door. He's waiting for you to answer. And that's it. It's real easy to do, but it's so hard to continue, because once you've done that, you're going to see the world differently like we do. And people are going to ostracize you, and they're going to mock you, and they're going to say, lies about you. But Jesus said that they did that to him. And if you're going to follow him, you're going to get the same thing. He says, if you follow me, pick up your cross and follow me, which was a torture device. So he knows that your path is not going to be easy. But do you want that easy way? Like the highway to hell is huge, but the stairway to heaven is, single file most likely. So just know that we can all do this. We can all get through this nonsense together. And just know that there's going to be people that that'll try to pick you apart. The way I look at it is this: if I value their opinion, or if I believe that they, I don't know, just if I have respect for them, then it could be effective. But if I don't have respect for people that specifically mock or shun you and stuff, then don't let it affect you. As John said, I'd mentioned earlier tonight, there's certain things they feel like a gut punch every day. And when, especially as people close to you that turn away from you, or worse, say horrible things about you, it's tough, but we need to persevere, because at the end of the day, I can't change who I am. I can't change the truth, the way and the life through Jesus. I cannot change it. I'm going to speak truth. And if they rebuke it, then that's on them. And so Jesus even says, if they won't listen to you, you dust your feet off and you walk on to the next place. And so that's what we have to do. We can't let it get us down, because that comes from the devil. And we're here to definitely help each other get through this. So, all right. I think, what do I got? I got one of these for that. Where is he? Because that was a good rant.
Now, who can argue with that? Reverend.
Nobody can. All right. So I think we'll finish up by saying, dear Lord, please continue to watch over us and guide us through these times. Fill our hearts with joy. And for anyone that's questioning and wondering, please send the Holy Spirit right now, the sound of my voice, whether they're watching live or listening later. Help open their hearts, unharden them, open their eyes and ears to see. Help us all pray, all of us pray for our enemies, that they will find the way, the truth, and the life through Jesus Christ. That they will wake up and see the lies of the world, and that we can all be together in the glorious kingdom that we are waiting for. And thank you, God, for all of our blessings, and thank you for our life itself. And will we continue to go forward through these times with each other, to hold ourselves up, and when we can't take it, for you to hold us up or walk us through it. And we thank you for these blessings in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. So there you got that. With that, he says this with a knife in his leg.
Class is dismissed.
Okay. And again, thank you everyone that has donated and in the future, and sometimes they come on like Cash App or PayPal. All that's much appreciated. Thank you very much. But if nothing else, please, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button, and that helps the algorithm, so they say. And like, share, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And God willing, let's do this again, definitely next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. And I really hope that you've enjoyed yourself tonight, and maybe you got something out of it. And we'll continue to do this again. Thank you, everyone in the chat. My audience is so wonderful. And don't forget, you can always write me, ceilingfanman2020@gmail.com, if there's something you want me to see, or a question you have, or something you disagree with. So God bless you all. Now you get the one of the saddest songs on the internet, supposedly, but we'll see you again soon. God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend. Good night.
I'm the satellite.
500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
Satellite transfer complete.